War drums are beating, massive US F-22 and F-35 buildup in the Middle East. Tensions in the Middle East are at an all-time high. The U.S. Air Force is executing one of the most critical aerial deployments in recent years. Incoming reports confirm that this is no ordinary rotation of forces. While dozens of C-17 Globemaster and massive C-5 Galaxy transport aircraft ceaselessly ferry ammunition and logistical support to the region, the truly alarming detail lies in the combat aircraft. Radar-evading fifth-generation F-35 Lightning II strike groups and the undisputed kings of air dominance, the F-22 Raptors, have begun deploying to strategic bases. Military experts interpret the arrival of the F-22s, in particular, as concrete preparation for an attack rather than mere deterrence. All signs point to Iran. Is Washington planning a preemptive strike on Tehran's nuclear facilities or military command centers? Or is this the final line of defense established against an impending major war? The balance of power in the region could shift at any moment. This activity in the skies may be the silence before the storm. Stay tuned for breaking developments and strategic analysis. June 17, 2025, Ramstein Air Base, Germany. Local time 3:42. The first KC-135 Stratotanker lifts off, then the second, third, 12th, 30 aerial refueling aircraft cross the Atlantic and land in Europe within 12 hours. None of them are alone. Behind each tanker, invisible passengers, F-22 Raptors, F-35 Lightning IIs. Pentagon's official statement is cold and brief. Defensive deployment, but the flight paths tell a different story. So what happened in the previous 12 days? Let's rewind. June 13, 2025, Tehran time 4:17. Over 200 Israeli Air Force aircraft enter Iranian airspace. Operation name, Rising Lion. Targets, Natanz Uranium Enrichment Facility, Fordow Underground Complex, Isfahan Nuclear Research Center. But the real targets are different, the brains behind Iran's nuclear program. In the first 4 hours of that night, 12 senior nuclear scientists and 3 Iranian Revolutionary Guard commanders lost their lives. Over 330 munitions were used. The Natanz facility, enriching uranium to 60%, according to reports, was destroyed. Iran's response was immediate: over 550 ballistic missiles, over 1,000 UAVs. Israel's Iron Dome intercepted 80 to 90%. But that remaining 10 to 20%, a hospital complex in Tel Aviv, energy facilities, military bases, 24 dead, hundreds wounded, then silence. Right? Wrong. June 22, 2025, the U.S. Air Force enters the fight. Operation name, Midnight Hammer, 7B-2. Spirit stealth bombers, invisible ghosts, drop 14 massive ordnance penetrator MOP bombs on the Fordow underground nuclear facility, each weighing 30,000 pounds, the largest operational B-2 strike in U.S. history. Mission: destroy the Fordow complex buried 300 feet underground. Iran's response? Ballistic missile attack on Al Udeid U.S. airbase in Qatar. In Trump's own words, Iran warned us in advance. So damage was minimal, but the message was clear: you hit us, we hit U.S. soldiers. June 24th. Ceasefire. The 12-day war ends. Iranian side, 657 dead, 2,037 wounded. Israeli side, 24 dead, hundreds wounded, but the story didn't end. Now, January 2026. The same tankers are back in the sky, same routes, but this time there's a difference. F-22s are launching from Langley Air Force Base, Virginia. F-35s joining from RAF Lakenheath, England. Vermont Air National Guard adds reinforcements. Total 12 F-22 Raptors plus undisclosed number of F-35s. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's statement is the same: defensive posture. But the detail OSINT analysts detected: these aircraft aren't just being deployed, they're being kept at operational readiness level, meaning engines running, on standby. But why? 3 possible scenarios. Scenario 1, deterrence. Most likely explanation: the U.S. is flexing military muscle in the region to prevent the June ceasefire from breaking. A "we're here, don't even think about it" message. F-22s and F-35s as deterrent factors to stop Iran from considering another attack. Make sense? Yes. 40,000 U.S. troops in the region. USS Carl Vinson and USS Nimitz carrier strike groups in the Arabian Sea. Patriot missile defense systems active. This could be a standard "we're watching" posture. Scenario 2, Round 2, darker scenario. Israel and the U.S. decided the damage to Iran's nuclear program wasn't enough. International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, Director Rafael Grossi's words matter. Iran could resume uranium enrichment within a matter of months. Trump and Pentagon's statements say the opposite. Program completely obliterated. Who do you believe, the IAEA or Trump? If Grossi is right, and Iran is truly rebuilding its nuclear capacity within months, then this military buildup could be preparation for Wave 2. Target, complete annihilation of Fordow, this time sealing all the deep-rooted tunnels of the underground complex. Problem? Iran is ready this time. Most air defense systems were destroyed, but did Russia send S-400 reinforcements? Is there HQ-9 support from China? We don't know. Scenario 3. Iran's next move. Remember, on June 16th, Iran's parliament began drafting a proposal to exit the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, NPT. If Iran exits the NPT, then nuclear weapons development is no longer a red line, it becomes an open objective, and in that case, the US has two options. Diplomatic solution, Trump, I'm not in the mood to negotiate anymore. Preemptive strike. Preventive attack. In military jargon, this is called a window of opportunity. Last chance to intervene before Iran builds a nuclear bomb. Behind the curtain, 5 truths nobody's talking about. 1. Trump's Iran policy has changed, withdrew from the nuclear deal in 2018. Military intervention in 2025, no longer maximum pressure policy, it's maximum force policy now. 2. Israel's air superiority was proven for 12 days. Israeli aircraft flew freely in Iranian airspace. Iran's S-300 systems, the impenetrable wall from Russia, collapsed. This gave Israel strategic confidence. 3. Iran's proxy forces are weakened. Hezbollah, Lebanon, leadership decimated. Houthis, Yemen, attacking maritime trade, but can't provide military support to Iran. Hamas, Gaza, destroyed. Iran's axis of resistance has crumbled. 4. China and Russia stayed silent. Iran is a BRICS member, strategic partner with Russia, China's largest oil supplier. But during the June war, neither Russia provided military support nor China economic intervention. Iran stood alone. 5. Gulf states. Trying to stay neutral, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, none took sides, kept their airspace open, critical for trade, but provided no military support. Gulf monarchies don't want the Iran-Israel conflict to burn them. The final question, 72-hour window. Pentagon's announced deployment timeframes typically complete within 72 to 96 hours. As you're reading this, F-22s are probably in the Middle East, F-35s operational. But the real question that needs asking is, are these aircraft there for show or to pull the trigger? History has taught us this. States that deploy military power generally act when diplomatic channels are exhausted. Trump's words from June 21st echo, "They should have done the deal. I'm not too much in the mood to negotiate." Iran's response, "We will not negotiate under duress. In a game where both sides won't step back, what's the next move?" Epilogue. Tehran Streets. Associated Press report from Tehran. It looks like no one is living in this city. Air raid sirens going off 3 to 4 times a week. Panic buying of basic goods at supermarkets. The wealthy are leaving the country. Iranian government, everything is under control. But the silence in Tehran's streets tells a different story. And now there are planes in the sky again. Conclusion. This military buildup could be one of 3 things. Deterrence display, most likely. Wave 2 attack preparation, medium probability. Preemptive operation against Iran's NPT exit, low but catastrophic probability. We'll see which one it is within the next 7 to 10 days. Remember, the June 2025 war started and ended in 12 days. Nobody expected it. Everyone was saying diplomatic solution until Israeli aircraft took off. Satellite images don't lie. Flight paths don't lie. History's habit of repeating itself never lies.